Hello followers and welcome back to the Jungle Terror developer commentary, and today what I really want to do is continue our exploration around the island and tackle the White Wall dungeon as well. So off camera I've done a bunch of stuff. I've collected up some rusty knives, I cleared out our base over by the zombie grinder, and I brought some over here. The better durability ones I'm going to combine using the anvils that we have. And I'm going to combine it and make it a little better. We're going to get sharpness 2 and breaking 2. And I've organised all my swords, and I've organised all my armour, and everything else is all a bit better organised now. So yeah, that pretty much covers everything that we have done since the last episode. I did a little bit of grinding, but not too much. I really want to get into the adventure side of things for right now. So, we also need a bed. That's come to light that we need a bed, so we're going to need to try and hunt down 3 sheep if possible. So, alright, let me see. I need to armour up really for this adventure. I want those for the first dungeon, I want that for the first dungeon, and I want that. That's going to do for now. Do we have any pants? No, but I can make some. Let's make some leather pants. Do I even have a crafting table in here? No. But I do have a ton in here. I must have left it. So we can put that down. So you always need them. So we've got some leather pants here now as well. So let's put that leather away. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to put them here. There we go. Alright, so let's combine this sword. So if we put those two together, I don't believe the level cost change, so we get a rusty knife with sharpness 2 and breaking 2, which is pretty cool, I have to say, for 13 levels. So we're going to use that. Damn, that anvil's going to break fast. Oh, hello! Where's he gone? He's right there. No, don't blow up my lovely brand new base. So I'm just going to use up this cruddy bow for right now. That's all we really need to use. Oh great, another one. They're everywhere. It's Creeper Town tonight. I'm not getting in the water with him though. That's for sure. So I believe there is a chest in here that we have not yet investigated. I can't remember. Let's get out of here. So I have some cookies, so I've got plenty of food to keep us going. One unique thing, talking of beds actually, is with this map, because it's set in twilight, you can set your spawn at any time. You can just jump into bed and you will set your spawn. It won't advance the time to daylight, but at least you'll be able to set forward positions quite easily. Ah yes, so we do have some stuff in here. I'm just going to grab all of it. That's a squid, I thought it was a monster. So we've cleared out that loot chest. I'm not too bothered about scavenging the chests as well. I have a ton back here at a base, and I have a load of wood as well, so we can just make some more if needs be. So we've got some diamond boots and a diamond chest plate. So all we need now is the leggings and a helmet, and we've got the full set. So that's a tool. So we can put the axe away there. Got armour, got another golden chest piece. We have some blocks. I'm going to use up the remainder of that cruddy bow, and then I will get that one out. So what else have we got that we can drop off? We've got some food products, so let's put those away. Golden apple, cooked steak, coal, let's stack up those arrows. Bone is a mob drop. Got more food. I do a lot of this stuff off camera. I wasn't anticipating to be back here so soon, but now we are here, we might as well. I don't have a miscellaneous blocks chest. I just kind of dump it all in the miscellaneous chest. It's something that if I patch this map again with a bug fix update, I'll probably add in, but for right now it's fine. So tools, here we go. Another wooden axe. Alright, that should keep us going for now. There we go. So my real objective mostly is just to explore the island. I don't want to do too much more than that. We'll get into the dungeons in time, but before we tackle the first dungeon, it's ideal if we can to try and assault all of the loot chests around the map because they provide us with some good gear which we can take into the first dungeon with us, which is inevitably going to help. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with you. So we did Nostalgic Times, we've done that, but we didn't go all the way over here. So that's what I want to do in today's episode, is kind of do like a loop around the map, a circuit around the island and see what we can find. Because I honestly don't know everywhere where I put loot chests. I can't remember every loot chest in the map. So that's what we will be going for. So did I put one in here? I think I got this one. I'm not sure if I did or not. Yeah, I got this one. So mostly in this map, the ponds with the glowstone in it and the lily pads typically contain the loot, but that's not always the case. There are some exceptions to that rule. There we go. Get rid of him. So we don't need him right now. Cookies aren't the best saturation for food, but I will take the proper food into actual dungeons rather than struggling away with cookies in an actual dungeon. So, I bet there's a loot chest down here. I see a double chest down there. Did I leave any more in this? I don't think I did. So, I do have building blocks so I can do the torch trick. I didn't bring a sign with me, but never mind. So we can actually do that down here. Oh, nice. So we've got a ton of good stuff in here. Let's see. Melon, that's going to be handy. I'm going to just try and take whatever I can now. So I'm going to have to come back for that. We know that much. Alright. I know we picked up a bunch of junk. So why don't we drop off some of that? Just want to keep an eye out for any monsters in the area. Potato could be handy. Just one arrow on its own is not really worth it. Bones I'm going to keep because they are quite useful. I'm so concerned about that creeper. Let's go and take out that creeper. I don't want him blowing me up. Oh, there's an absolute ton of them around as well. That's even better. I mind the zombie so much. Anything over that way? More zombies. Wonderful. Just what I want to see. Man, they take so many hits to kill with a stone sword. Man, I'm not used to that. Normally I'm in iron gear. Oh yes, this over here. That's something to comment on. That is actually out of the map boundaries. I tried to remove it in this version, but there's no real way of making it look nice while getting rid of all the crud. And it would just look ugly if you sailed off the coast of the island. Zombie flesh I'm not bothered about. We can get rid of this now. I don't need that. So we have got some room here. I could put the chain boots on. Wooden shovel. Alright, well that's covered that. Still got to go and investigate a bit more yet. Damn, I picked up that meat again. So I want to finish this guy off. And see if I can reclaim any more loot out of that. I know there's probably going to be a bunch of junk left. There always is. With these chests, but leather could be handy. Slabs. Golden helmet could be quite useful. Right, that's good enough for now. That's going to be fine for now. So now we're going to have to head back to base again. I see you there. Take one to the face. There we go. Got rid of you. So what did that really good bow have on it? Power 2, Flame 2 and Breaking 2. That's pretty good. That's going to serve us well in the later dungeons for sure, until we find the super bow in this map. There is a super bow somewhere in this map. I forget which dungeon it's in, but there is one. So that bow's going to be handy. Oh, you can hit me from there. Oh yeah, you're buff now, aren't you? You shoot faster. They hit hard as well on this difficulty, even though I'm only playing on normal. Skeletons now are a real threat, especially if you get close to them because of that rapid fire. You really feel the effects of that. I have to say I'm on the fence about that buff, to be honest. I think the longer range was a good idea, but I think bringing fast shooting in was a bit too far, personally. I think that just took it a bit too far, because the issue is really in vanilla more than anything. That's going to affect you in vanilla. I kind of have this sort of thing about the game, and I don't mind what they add, but if it's going to be something like that, I prefer if it be like in a spawner, so that it doesn't actually affect vanilla at all, and then players can still have the simple vanilla stuff, but because it's been implemented in vanilla as well, then it can be less fun. But I don't know, I don't know how I feel about it really. I'm still going to be playing. It's not like I don't like the game anymore because of it. It's just that I'm not the biggest fan of it. These bizarre changes to the skeletons and zombies buffs I think are pretty good. I haven't got a complaint about those, but it's just the skeleton buffs I think. I really don't like the creeper buff that was added in 1.3. that they are a real threat now, and especially in the start of custom maps or even in vanilla, one creeper and you're dead, even on normal, and that's why I'm not the biggest fan of that change. But there we go, that's just something that they felt was necessary, so we just have to live with it really. I consider melons a brewing ingredient this time round. Let's put the bones away. Cookies don't belong in there, it's the bones. You're a building block, so you go in there. Sandstone. Food products, so more chicken and steaks. You're a tool, so let's put... Oh, thank goodness it stopped raining at last. And we got some weapons. We got a bow of power 1, flame 1, and we got a bow of power 2 and breaking 2, and we got some more wooden swords. I'm going to keep that guy handy with me in case we decide to assault the first dungeon. We will keep that guy handy. Alright, so thank goodness it stopped raining. So where did we get to on our circuit of the island? I keep having to return to base because I'm dropping all that loot off. So I apologise if this is not the most interesting episode for you guys. We will go and get the white wool today, I know that, but I'm not entirely sure when, because I want to get at least a lot of the loot out of here. The loot is going to be really valuable, and it's going to help out a lot, so I'd rather get it now. I have been pretty generous with the loot in this map, I have to be perfectly honest, and that's because in the later areas things can get really challenging, and I want you to be able to easily recover if you do die to claim your stuff back, which is why I made the loot quite generous. It might seem a bit overpowering at first, and there's like all of these fancy enchanted chest plates and stuff, but trust me, you're going to need them when you get into later areas, because stuff like gold, it gets wiped out fast. I don't give out stuff like diamond very often, and most of it's just gold and leather, and that stuff breaks fast, that's for sure. So I think we've almost finished the circuit now, because just around the other side of this sort of hill thing here is the abandoned camp. So let's see another cookie, and there's a chest right there, so let's go and grab that. That zombie's out of aggro range, and I bet you there's a mob in here. Use the vines for cover. Oh no, surprisingly not. Alright, well let's crack open this chest. What do we got in here? Oh, just a bunch of junk. I know some of these loot chests are probably left over. I didn't get them all when I did a patch. I redid the loot, and probably not all of them are actually were empty when I ran the loot generator, so some chests might appear a little bit odd, but that's mainly because I didn't remove them in the patch because I couldn't find them, unfortunately. That's the one thing when you add in random loot, and especially in an open world map like this, it can be quite challenging to to find them all again when you want to update the loot. That's just something we have to deal with, I guess. Alright, well we're back here now towards the abandoned camp. I believe that's just over here. So we've got the majority of the loot off the island. There probably is a few more left hanging around. Oh, hello Skelly. There we go. Tactic for beating skellies. Yeah, here's nostalgic times, and the abandoned camp is back here. So we've done a full circuit, one full lap of the island. And here's the spawn and our zombie grinder, which is just over there. So in terms of other objectives today, we need to find 3 sheep, or we can get the wool or gas out of the first dungeon. There's the ocelot down there. So, let me see. Yeah, let's go and take on the first dungeon, why not? We can get the wool out of that one, I guess. I know that there's a lot of random loot in Dungeon 1 as well, so we can take advantage of that, and I'm going to consolidate a little here. Torches are not actually going to be that useful though, I have to be honest. Not that useful, as it's an underwater dungeon this time. I got that one, I think. So let's head over to Dungeon 1, which is just around here. You can probably see it when we went around here before. Ah, there's a sheep. Unfortunately, I don't have any iron yet. Now, I won't be getting any anytime soon, so that sheep's going to have to croak, but we'll go and do the first dungeon, I guess, and spare the sheep's life today. Be thankful, sheep. I'm not coming for you today with my sword. Ooh, sword's nearly broke, but I do have the rusty knife. So we're alright in that regard. There is a ton of sheep around here, actually. The only thing I would really need a bed for is to set my spawn outside dungeons. That's all I need it for, just so that if I do it and end up croaking at some point, then I do have that opportunity to go back and reclaim my stuff a little bit easier. So this is the first thing that we're going to check out. This is a sign that I put up in the open world map to just give you a sense of direction. Did I put anything in here? I must have put a loot chest in here. No, I didn't. Alright then. Thought I would have put a loot chest in there, but obviously not. But there we go. So let's head back out. So this is the first thing. This is a sign that points you to the different places. So Dungeon 1 is over there on that island. Dungeon 2 is back this way in the centre of the island. The Jungle Ruin in Dungeon 5 is back that way. That's what that arrow means. Some people say below. It's meant to point to behind. And Abandoned Camp is obviously back that way as well. You see, if you kept going in that direction, pretty soon you'd probably find the Abandoned Camp. So, with that in mind, let's clear up a bit of junk on my inventory, free up a bit of extra room, and let's head over to Dungeon 1. So this is built on this island. This is just a random island that was generated, and I thought it would be a good idea to put the first dungeon here. Originally this had a diving helmet, but now it has a water breathing potion effect. So if you push that, you get 3 minutes of water breathing. You can push it again to top it up if you want to. And there's a glowstone path that marks the way to the wool. We're going to follow that glowstone path, get the wool, and also any loot on the way there. So I'm going to top up my water breathing, and let's go. So I decided to implement water breathing because water breathing is a potion effect, if you're not aware, that means that you don't run out of air underwater, which is really, really useful, I have to be honest. More stuff. Oh, I didn't get my armour on. Let's put the armour on. Let's get you off. We don't want you on. And those boots. And let's put those leather pants on. Stuff out of here that I really want is this. That I can compact down. I'm going to leave some arrows in here for right now. I really don't need them. And I can always come back and reclaim this stuff at some point later. So you can't mine faster without aqua affinity, but you can at least not have to worry about drowning down here. I figured it would just be a little bit easier than just having to try and survive all the time and keep going back up for air, to put that in to leave you without something to worry about. And they're already shooting. So these guys in this turret, this is a skeleton, and they have a punch bow. They have punch 2, and the idea is they knock you off course and they start to pin you around. And I did originally have just them in the turrets, but I had to implement some more because I wanted to make it a little bit harder. There we go, look, they kind of float up. So I'm going to stop that. They can be a real pain, to be honest, if they start and ping you around. It can become a real challenge to try and cope. When I watched Aura's stream with the new version, this dungeon got a hell of a lot harder than it was the first time around. But if you stay low to the surface, they typically aren't too much of a threat. There we go. So we need, what, 4 white wool? Yeah. So let's head out of here. There is still some loot in here, which we can go and get. But with their extended range as well, these can be a real challenge. As you can see, there's quite a few of them already around. So these guys have projectile protection on their tunic. They are 4 hits with a bow. See if I can get a few of them. See if I can get a few of them down so that I can take a look at them in greater detail. Obviously a better bow would help you out a bit more, but in our case it's not that important. So they drop some enchanting bottles, they drop gold ingots, pirate's booty I guess you could call it, and sometimes, very rarely, they drop their chest plates as well. They also occasionally drop their bow, which can be handy as that's got punch 2 on it. So let's see if we can get one of their bows. We might be able to use it later with something else. But yeah, as you can see, I did get shot a couple of times, but it was not too bad. It's when you sort of panic and let them build up that they become a real challenge to try and cope with. There's a hole right there with them in. Yeah. Let's see if one of them managed to drop a... They dropped some bottles, but not much else. See if I can pick out another one. They can be hard to deal with in water as well because arrows don't work the same underwater. They're trajectory changes, so just something to think about. There we go. See if he dropped anything. I can't see, it's very dark, and our water breathing has also run out, so we'll probably have to come back here at some point later. But these are what these guys do. They are not the most challenging of mobs, I have to admit, but it's when they start and build up, and there's a lot of them, that things can become kind of challenging. I would go in one of these turrets and take it on myself, but it's made out of slabs. And I would need to break these slabs, which I don't believe... Oh, it is possible. Whoa, give me some air. Let's try and break into one of these turrets, but oh wait, I'm gonna let them out, aren't I, if I break that? So that's probably a bad idea. You could pick them out from the side, I suppose. It doesn't really matter. But they are what they are. Did I get a bow off them? I would like one. They can infight. There we go, they're starting to infight now. Which is another tactic of dealing with these. Oh man, I'm still going to start to drown. I don't have any water breathing anymore. There you go. Seems there's still a few of them left, but we're going to leave them alone for right now, and let's return to the Victory Monument. I've spoke a bit about those and what they drop. If you want to grind those, you can, but it's a very challenging way to grind, and for what they drop, it's not really worth it. Just some bottle enchantings and occasionally a punch 2 bow, but they're really broken anyway, so not really that worth it. I have to be perfectly honest with you. So let's head back now to the jungle ruin, and let's pop our wool on the monument and make a bed, and then we'll probably call it quits for today, because we've done everything I wanted to do in this episode. What I'm going to do off camera as I'm heading back is I'm going to be maybe visiting the zombie grinder again, and maybe getting some more rusty knives, possibly, and we'll be getting ready to take on Dungeon 2, which is a ruins area, which is underground in the centre of the island from what that sign told us, and we'll go and do that in the next episode. So let's head over on to our ladder here and go back to the jungle ruin. Let's pop you there, and let's shake off our spoils. We still do need to go and get some loot, but as you can see, I've beaten the dungeon now. They're not really that much of a threat. There's going to be no other mobs out there, so probably what I'll do is I'll go and claim all the loot that is in the chests and the boxes around there, and I will then go and bring you back in at the start of the next episode, ready for the next dungeon. But if anything exciting happens, I'll be sure to let you know. Alright, so mob drops, pearls, bones, I've got a chest from somewhere apparently, a slab. Let's put the chest away. Gold ingot, I guess we could be used to make a golden apple, but we haven't got an apple right now. So gold goes in miscellaneous, I guess. Sand goes in there. Wood goes obviously in wood. Coal I'm going to keep handy. Let's put our bow away. And we've got some more armour here. Another pair of boots and a chest plate and a helmet. And let's drop those off. We've got some more pants. We've got another helmet. There we go. And we've also got some bottle of enchantments to dump off somewhere as well. So let's put those away. Stone pick, you can stay with me. Food. Pop the steaks away, and let's first make a bed. Let's make the bed. Whoops, I only want 3. Let's put you away. Love this new crafting. There we go. Bed. Oops, excuse me guys. Alright, sorry about that guys. Phone went there, and that really annoys me, that does, when the phone goes in the recording, especially when it's just some call centre that doesn't actually have anything useful to say. But there we go, I have to record near a phone. I don't really have anywhere else to go, unfortunately. But excuse me for that. So where were we? Yeah, the bed. I liked that crafting. Let's jump in the bed. Let's set our spawn to the jungle ruin for safety. Did I have any more loot to drop off? I think I just had this bow of infinity. Let me see. One thing I do want to check out is if I was to put all of this together, how many levels would that cost me? To put that and that together. Too expensive that way. Too expensive. Oh, it's too expensive. That's a shame. Could I put it on the this bow? Let's put this guy away. Could I put those together? Maybe. That would cost me 27 that way, and 24 that way. So that's achievable. We can do that with bottle of enchantments. So why don't we do that as well? Oops. Get that back. And where are my bottle of enchantments? They're in the miscellaneous, I believe. Level 24 we need. So let's use up these. 23. There we go, level 24. So let's put the infinity bow in that guy. What would it cost to rename it? 31. No, for that, not really. I don't think it's worth it to do that. So let's get that. So we've got two decent bows now. Put you away, and let's put those bottle of enchantments away there. And let's place our white wool. We're going to need a sign and a torch. I don't know why I get a torch out there, but there we go. So, on a 1, a 2, a 3. Boom, there we go. That's another wool. All done. So we got that from the pirate Skeletal Bay. There we go. So the actual dungeon was called Arrow Diving. I never actually said that, but that's the actual dungeon name. But we're going to call it Pirate Skeletal Bay. But there we go. So, in the next episode, we'll go and probably start Dungeon 2, which is the Red Wool, and we'll see where we can go from there. More coal. Wait, I did light it up, yeah, okay. Alright, so thanks for watching, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you in the next one, when we'll probably start work on Dungeon 2. So until then, see you later, and have a good day.